I'm just going to start this video off with 3 very simple questions. Have you ever started a new hobby or a job that has excited you like nothing else? After a few months, did it no longer excite you as much as it used to? And soon after that, did you decide to quit? Then many congratulations, you are a victim of the dip, just like me. At the beginning of every new endeavor, things feel exciting. Every day is filled with uncertainty and novelty. Whatever your new thing is, be it a hobby or a passion or a job, we tend to enjoy every second of it. And for a brief amount of time, we have people's attention because they're looking at us in a context that we've never been in before. But eventually the novelty wears off, and this thing that we so deeply loved once, this thing that we were so blessed that we got the opportunity to do, becomes this thing that we kind of just have to do. And then with a heavy heart and a ton of guilt, we quit. This is especially relatable to me because I've had my fingers dipped in a fair share of things that I eventually went on to quit. And I thought that it was my fault that I wasn't able to follow up on anything that I considered my passions. But this dip that we go through and the eventual quitting, is it a bad thing though? And should we feel guilty about quitting? Author Seth Godin writes about this in his book, The Dip. The dip is that middle phase between starting and mastery. It is the long stretch between beginner's luck and accomplishment, and the inability to push through the dip results in quitting. It's a short read and I definitely recommend for you guys to read it, but the book answers 2 core questions. When should I know I should quit? When should I know I should push through the dip? And in order to offer my perspective on these things, I want to divide the video into 2 parts: the surge and the dip. The surge is that phase where you're just trying out this new hobby or this new job and everything's so fresh and it just feels as though you were kind of born to do this thing, and it kind of becomes your reason for waking up every day. And this is the feeling that we get when we start a new activity like a new job, or just start gaming, or just start writing, or just start creating content, or whatever it is. But the first thing to realize in the surge phase is that the whole thing's a goddamn illusion. I've gotten tricked by this phase multiple times because every time I started a new activity, I felt that this is my thing. But I want to walk you through one experience where I got tricked the most by this. Back in 2017, I visited my first Carnatic music concert by this band called Sanjay Subramaniam and his A-list team S. Varadarajan and Neyveli Venkatesh. For those of you who don't know who these artists are, they are like the Beatles of Carnatic music. I remember reluctantly attending my first concert back in 2008 and I instantly fell in love, and it was love at first sight. And that very night I decided that I have to start learning this because it just felt so good. And so I started off with vocals and the violin and eventually gravitated towards the violin. I learned, I practiced, and I even got half decent at it. And as I progressed towards learning, internally it just didn't feel as exciting anymore. But you might ask, why didn't you quit then? And the reason to this was I was so sucked in by the validation that the surge offers that I kind of lost track of reality and how I actually felt internally about the craft. And what I mean by this is people would walk up to me and say, you know, that actually wasn't quite that bad. You should try and practice more. You know, this song that you just played, I heard this famous artist sing it back in 1970s and you just played just like him. But now that I look back at it now, what's interesting is any praise or any appreciation that comes to you during the surge phase, reject it. Because it's praise not coming for excellence in your craft, but merely for the pursuit of the endeavor. So most people in this phase will praise you for attempting something because they haven't seen you in that context before, but it's not actual praise. It's as different as winning the first prize in something and getting a consolation prize in the same thing. And because of my inability to spot the difference between actual praise and consolation praise in the surge phase, I entered the dip as a violinist because of that external validation, thinking that this was my thing, and I just quit later than I should have. Every passionate human has to face the dip when it comes to his craft. So how do we differentiate between an infatuation like I had for the violin versus actual passion? And I don't think I can give you a better example than my YouTube journey, because when you look at the analytics, there's literally a dip and a surge that you have to combat. But at first you post your first video and people check it out because it's something that they have not seen you do before, and there's a surge, and eventually the graph starts to go down. And as a YouTuber or a creator, you sort of enter the dip and you stay there for many number of years. But for the first time, genuinely, I don't feel discouraged by the dip, and the slope down doesn't seem as scary as it was for my other endeavors. In fact, the more it goes down, the more I feel like I want to get it up, as opposed to literally in the same situation like the violin, I would have quit by now. There are also times in the dip now that I face with my friends or my family where they say, why are you even doing this? Because this is nowhere near what people are doing on YouTube. The standards are so high and the competitions are so high. And what you do isn't that great. And I can't help but laugh because I can't agree more. I can't agree more that my talents aren't world class yet, but they are improving. And any form of improvement is an enemy against the dip. To close out the video, I read this quote that if you're not feeling it, don't quit, just rest. I used to agree with it, but once I've gone through the experience of reading this book, I want to modify it a little bit. If you're not feeling it, ask yourself, are you getting away or embracing the dip? If you're embracing it, don't quit, but rest. If you're running away from it, quit. You'll find something else. I'll catch you guys in the next one.